Welcome back, Slay Radio 84.0. It's Tuesday. It's sometime o'clock, and it's a full moon outside.
A full moon.
It's a full moon. Oh, that's right. It's a full moon. But today we are blessed to have in the table with us Los from Desmadre and from many other things that will be coming up.
Eso.
And then
Happy
this
to
is
be here,
where
brother.
this is when we have. Thank you for coming, man. I appreciate you for coming today. Yeah, I mean, it's different when the mics are off. Definitely, try to keep it as raw as possible, and let's get to it.
Oh yeah.
Let's get to it. So, let's get to this shit. I mean, it's been a fun day. What were you up to today? What was your Tuesday like? Or Wednesday? Sorry, it's Wednesday.
Oh, it's fucking. Oh
It
shit.
was
It's
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
I think I even said Tuesday. Fuck it. That's what makes it
All
fun.
right. Woke up at 4.
Wednesday.
Went to work. Got out.
At 4 in the morning.
Yeah, 4 in the
Damn,
morning.
what do you work? What do you do?
Just fucking warehouse shit right now.
Mhm.
That's pretty much it. Fucking aerospace warehouse. Yeah, basically woke up at 4, went to work, got out, shot straight over here.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Priorities, people. See, if you guys want to be on this,
Mhm.
that's dope, man. That's dope. Well, shit. This is the tricky part. This is that part when like the mic's on and there we go. He always breaks the tension with that. Trust me, bro. Like that's is exactly what we don't do live because like I'm always feel like I'm prepared, and then when it actually is on,
Yeah,
like the brain shuts down, bro.
Yeah,
The
trust
brain
me.
shuts down,
Trust me.
like, and it's crazy because it's like a lot of people probably think it's like, oh, nah, just fucking go straight to the questions. But I feel like if you go straight to questions or shit like that gets boring.
Yeah, you gotta
spit on it before you go in. You gotta
break the ice.
gotta
Real
break
quick,
the ice.
You gotta go up to a girl and be like, "Hey, how much do you weigh? How much does a polar bear weigh?" And they'll be like, "I don't know." And you just gotta be like, "Enough to break the ice. What's up?" You know what I
to
mean?
break the true.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say at first, girl, how much do you weigh?
You hungry, girl?
You hungry, girl? I'm trying to reach my squat limit right
Oh
now.
shit.
Well, hell yeah, bro. Thank you for coming. Thank you for having the time to be here with us. Basically what we want to do here is get to know Lowe's, share a little bit about that story. We don't got to get all crazy into right away. But I mean, for you guys that are listening, we've been here for like good 2 hours already. We've been chilling. We've been vibing.
The Desmadre never stops.
This mother never stops. Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, those wings are bomb.
Oh,
I don't know
yeah.
what you guys have.
Shout out Wingstop.
For reals, you guys are like providing some good food today.
Yep,
Finally,
shout out Wingstop. Love you very much.
Homegirl Maria, if you're listening, thanks for bringing that Uber Eats food. That shit was quality service.
What's that? Craigslist. Lost Connections.
Those connections I just posted. We like, hey, she was professional. She had her kids with her. Her kid was like, "Aquí está." And little girl gave me the order. I was like, "Oh hell yeah, thank you." I got a child. But yeah, fuck yeah, bro. So introduce yourself, Los. Introduce yourself to the crowd, to the people that don't know, which I'm pretty sure everyone here has to fucking know who Los is if you're
What's
in the
up?
scene.
What up?
If you're in the LA scene right here.
Los, fucking call myself Papa Los, from Desmadre, just, soy that payaso that just honks his nose and does his thing up there, And, yeah, man, I mean,
How did the payaso thing start? What was
I like to thank psychedelics for that.
nice.
Yeah, I mean, during COVID, it was pretty, there's some downtime, and, I don't know, it's just something that's just always been inside of me. I've always just, I guess, wanted to make other people laugh and everybody around me feel good, so that's just always been the mood. I mean,
Were you like the class clown when you were little? Like how did that make you people have come to be?
Yeah, I kind of got in trouble a lot in like elementary, middle school, high school, 20s, 30s, and now. So, yeah, I mean, that's still me. I mean, I don't take too much serious, but like whatever I really care about. And yeah, the whole clown thing is just, it's what you get, like.
Yeah.
The nose never comes off, like I tell everyone, but I mean, it's just been my life, bro. Like, I just want to make others happy, like I want to make people happy. Just, do what I gotta do.
But yeah, so all right, we can always, cause this is why we do how we do it, That shit happens. We need an assistant though, so if we might start looking for an assistant out there. We can't pay you, but we could feed you. And if you smoke, we can smoke you out.
And you can party.
And you can party.
Yeah.
You can enjoy yourself and you can be part of something cool. but we will not pay you. But fucking hell yeah. So was the No something that came to like play at the shows for the band, or was it something that you were just do you paint yourself as a clown at home?
Like I said, yeah, I mean, I don't know how to start off with that, but to be honest with you, like, I mean, thanks to I guess ex-girlfriend at the time, like, we spent a lot of time together and got to know each other very well, and yeah, that it just
happened.
It was a vibe, and it just happened, and we just we were able to be ourselves, and what do you know, we're both a pair of clowns, you know.
Yeah. That's cool.
And
that's
then
cool.
like I felt comfortable like once being like, hey, you know, like check this out, and I mean, I guess it worked, and
that's cool. Hell yeah. I mean, it's definitely something cool to see, at least on the music. You know, it's pretty dope. How was your weekend? You had a couple shows, right? You were playing.
Yeah. Sunday we played like the for the children's show. It was like the first one. The next one's like in or like in a week, and that one's gonna be dope. But yeah, we played. It was a Baba, Skeletal Remains, Undeath, Dead Heat, like a bunch of good ass fucking bands. I just found this band Vomit Forth, and fuck, god damn it, that band was fucking insane.
What is it called again?
Vomit Forth. Yeah, I'm not too sure where they're from, but like I was partying, having a good time, and like just listening to that, like I was like, god damn, this band's sick. But I've always, shout out Zababa. I love those motherfuckers.
That's a cool band. I barely heard them like a few months ago. They've been around forever, right?
Yeah, dude, like 15 years.
When I first heard, I was like, oh, child, there's some fucking good shit right here too.
Yeah, dude, that band's they've been doing it for years, and that band's one of the main reasons why, like, I'm doing what I do, and fucking shout out Nay. That dude's always putting together, him and SOS, they're always putting together like those toy drives, and they've been doing it for years, and that should, like, all these kids get less fortunate, like they fucking not everybody gets a good Christmas, so it helps them out. But yeah, Zababa's fucking always just mad love to that band. Like I actually did book their first show in Pomona when I was like in high school, so it's kind of crazy. Like, how we were talking about earlier, the whole full circle thing. That's like a whole full circle thing, because like 15 years later, here I am, and I'm playing shows with them, with Nate. Like Nate, we're gonna. Well, I don't want to say it too much, but like we're working with Nate right now. So it's cool.
That's dope. Hell yeah, man. Sounds a good week. How was Comic-Con for you? For people don't know, the trippiest fucking thing. Like, I bumped into two brothers. I bumped into you and into Kevin.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, Kevin, I didn't get to hang out much with Kevin. What's up, Kevin? I didn't get to hang out with Kevin much because he was getting tatted. So, and then I had to like be active. So it was like a high and by type of thing. So it was cool. How was it for you?
What the fuck was I, fool?
You were at home sleeping, fool.
I mean, honestly, like, I've always wanted to go to Comic-Con, and like I remember when my daughter was first born, I was like, I want to take her, I want to do, like, and like I don't know, I just woke up that morning, I was at work, and I was like, man, I'm taking the kids to Comic-Con, like it's right here down the street, like I'm gonna fucking do it. So I went, we took them, and like they had a good time, I mean, you saw my son, he's in his costume.
He was happy as fuck. He was smiling at everything.
He's like loving it. Like we were both probably had the same reaction. I mean, thanks to you, fucking that whole like Billy Zane thing. Like that was a trip. Like that was crazy as fuck to me. So like that was pretty cool as fuck. So I appreciate you. So shout out.
Of course, gig too. Thank you, Cora. She hooked me up with that gig, and that's what I'm saying. It's just fucking like out of all the, I guess, actors or whatever they're want to be called now, famous people, like to be like paired with someone like you said, full circle. That kind of just goes back to like some childhood memories and movies and shit. That was kind of trippy.
Big time.
I tripped out on that one too.
Yeah, cause I saw Goldberg from the fucking Mighty Ducks.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, and
right?
that to me was like, I was like, oh shit! Like we're outside by where the food trucks were at, and like I was standing right there, and I see this dude pass by, and I'm just like,
Who's skinny?
That's fucking Goldberg. I was like, yo, that's Goldberg. And I went up to him and he was like, we chopped it up. And I was just telling him like, yo, you know, like you're a big part of my childhood. Like, you know, just shit like that. And he was like, yo, man, I'm just happy to be here. And like, he was humble as fuck. So like,
they charge you for a picture?
Nah. He was just like, of course, bro. Like get I don't know. That shit was just cool, you know, because I remember always fucking watching Mighty Ducks. You know, I started rollerblading because of fucking Mighty Ducks and shit.
Mighty Ducks was a good movie.
Yeah,
those movies were good. All three of them, they were fucking good.
Hell yeah.
Really good movies. If you don't like Mighty Ducks, I don't know what to tell you.
I'm sorry.
You probably didn't have no childhood.
If you didn't grow up watching like Mighty Ducks, I don't know what the fuck you're doing with yourself. Like,
exactly. What other shit would you watch? Like, what are the things that you like?
As a kid, fucking Ninja Turtles, that was like my shit. Like shit like that. Like, I mean, I got like a fucking goddamn Bible of like comfort and favorite like movies of all time and shit. But like, a lot when I was a kid was like for sure Ninja Turtles. Secret of the Ooze is probably like the engraved in my brain. Like if you watch that movie with me, you're not ever gonna want to watch it again. You know, like shit like just, you know, basic like 90s shit, like cool ass like 90s shit, you know, fucking dude. I mean, I feel like people our age, we were spoon fed when it comes to like movies and entertainment like that, dude. Like that's why now everything's just fucking remakes, you know. So it's like, I mean, you enjoy it, like don't get me wrong, it's cool, but you know what I mean?
It's remakes too, and there's so much, like, at least for me, I don't like no CGI shit. It's just so annoying now. Everything's just CGI, and like it's like the cinematic part, like in some movies, but I just can't enjoy it because I like when they will have the sets, when they actually take the times to build sets, and it's just like, you know, so much more production kind of goes into it in a way. I feel like that's what the 90s and 80s movies were about.
It was like they were like more gritty, more like
more
like the thing that I love the most about like 90s 80s movies, like when it comes to like I don't like watching martial arts movies now, and it's all like CGI, just fucking, you know, like insanely fake. I mean, it's still fun, but like, you know, watching like a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie just where he's like fucking kicking ass, or like
the old Jackie Chan movie.
Yeah. Oh, dude, don't even fucking get me started with like I forgot. That's probably like last week I was just talking to someone about how like Jackie Chan is just like, dude, all his stunts were him. Like he fucking literally broke almost every bone in his body, like filming. Like
his stunt team was crazy too.
Yeah,
these dudes were like jumping off fucking double-decker buses, landing straight on the concrete. Like their bodies were taking some beating.
And the fighting, you know? Like seeing all that, like, oh, I love that shit.
There's a really good documentary of kung fu movies on Netflix. I can't remember the name of it. I'll probably post it later, but yeah, like those were my type of movies when I was growing up, I think, because I would watch like cartoons and shit also like that, but it was always action movies. Like my hefe had like action movies all the time.
Yes, sir.
So I grew up with like just a bunch of action movies. And,
like I fucking like my pops was like really into like Steven Seagal and like Jean-Claude Van Damme movies and shit, like, you know, just like action fucking movies, just shit like Terminator, like Schwarzenegger, fucking Jean-Claude Van Damme, fucking Jackie Chan, like all those fucking action movies in that time, like just man, I love that shit.
It's fun, bro.
I love that shit.
I love that shit. Like, I mean, like, yeah, I used to watch like fucking cartoons too. You guys can have that burp. Fucking like, well, my shit was like, I don't know, I just could never really get in that much into cartoons. And that was weird. Like, I would just watch, like, I would actually just like to watch more like serious movies, war movies. Oh, bro, I love old school war movies. I grew up with like grandpa movies pretty much. Like, you know, it wasn't until I got older and I started hanging out like with other homies, and then I started like watching more like cartoonish shit, like, I guess, in a way. Like, I mean, I still watched like Pokemon and Dragon Ball, but that was it. But that's mandatory when you're little.
Oh yeah, no,
that's mandatory when you're little.
See, that's the thing. Like, a lot of people don't understand. Like, when Pokemon first came out, like, dude, I remember waking up at 7 in the morning to watch that shit on fucking, was it Channel 9? 7 in the morning I woke up just to watch the first episode, and like since then, like, fucking it took, like, I was fortunate enough to see that take off, you know. Like, I feel I talk about that shit all the time, how like just that time, you know, internet, fucking,
it was dial-up back
then. Yes. Remember, you used to get the fucking CDs in the mail, and you had like a fucking
30
hour.
30 days.
Yeah, right? And yeah, dude, that shit, I remember fucking.
Someone will call you and then fucking that show.
Up, too bad. Like,
oh yeah, how you couldn't be on the phone.
Man. I mean, but that's like a whole other topic.
Oh, but
that's some X-Files shit.
It is crazy though, cause like all that big fucking technological change is happening in our time.
Yeah, and we're still watching it.
We're still watching it.
I mean, look at our kids now. Like the shit that they're doing with like being able to watch my kid work the TV and like YouTube and do all this shit and search what he wants to search, or my daughter just like just on her phone. I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, dude, I remember when we had like that snake game. Everybody had it on their phone.
Oh yeah, the little preload.
Yeah, the brick one. The brick is just a snake. It's just like
that shit was
like random ass shit.
I think I honestly like that technological part of it is crazy because everything's so fucking digital now.
Yeah,
like,
I feel like people our age were like we were at the peak. Like we saw that, dude.
We saw that big change.
Yeah, bro. Remember, like Game Boy.
We used to play outside. Kids nowadays don't even like playing outside.
Dude, I brought my daughter a bike and she barely wants to use it.
Exactly, bro. Like, my kids are like the same too. They ask for it, they get it, and then after it's like, eh. And then for us, I remember like that's all we had. You know, we had to be outside. So I never spent times indoors. Like I'd always be outside.
Do you remember like your parents always calling you to come inside?
Yeah.
Dude, now it's like I'm always telling my kids like, dude, go outside, bro. Like at our apartment complex, there's a playground. I'm like, dude,
go outside.
Like your cousins are like 2 floors down. Get the fuck out the house, like, and get out.
And the kids that do have fucking that do end up going outside, they put a little time limit on themselves. I've noticed that with other people that have told me stories. It's like, oh, they'll play outside 31 hours and they want to go back in already. Because they want to do whatever the fuck they do inside.
Or they'll be like, I'm tired, or like, you know.
I never got tired as a fucking kid.
Hell no, fuck no. Last place I wanted to be was at home.
Yeah, because it's boring. There's nothing to do. It was nothing to do back then.
Exactly.
It definitely is fucking wild. I mean, like my kids are like that too. They're a little hard headed. But then again, I think it just falls on all of us because it's just different. It's different I feel like it's a little different to get them to want to be out all the time when there's no one outside for them to play with. I go to parks. Parks are empty, bro.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy. And like when you do go to, like, I don't know, I feel like kids are a lot more shy too. Like I remember just meeting some random ass fucking kid at the park or just like, whatever, let's fucking, you know, like even when you would go to a party, you'd fucking end up wrestling in the jumper with some random ass kids that you've never met in your life and you'll never see again. And like my kids, like, I don't know, I feel like kids are very just to themselves now. They're just like, nah, I'm good. Like, I'm not gonna do that. And I see it in my kids and I'm like, all the time, I'm like, yo, go, dude, go play. Like, go play. Like,
go have some fun.
Yeah, like, go fucking, I don't know, go get in trouble. Like, I don't know.
Do something.
Let the cops bring you back.
Break a window. I used to break windows playing soccer all the time, bro. Like,
I used to break windows for fucking fun. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you know, like,
we used to throw fucking rocks at passing cars before.
Exactly.
Like,
oh my,
fun of it,
that's
bro.
what I'm saying, bro. Like shit like that. I mean, I obviously my kids are younger, but I don't know, dude. Like, I was just.
It's just different, huh?
Yeah.
But then also, you know what I think is different about it now. It just doesn't feel like, at least me too. Like it's funny because it might sound hypocritical in a way, but I want them to be outside. But part of me also gets nervous for them to be outside because there's so many fucking weirdos nowadays, bro.
Yes, that's
there's
true.
There's fucking people getting
that's
kidnapped
true.
like up
that
and down the fucking
true.
blocks. Like
that is, I've had to start using the te va a llevar el señor.
Yeah.
You know? I've had to start using that on my kids. Like, every time we go to the store or we're outside anywhere, I tell my daughter, I tell my son, like, hey, be aware of your surroundings. Like, yeah, you're 7 and you're 5, but the best thing I could tell you is pay attention. Like when we're anywhere, like, that shit's, like, nowadays, that shit is, you're right about that, dude, because that is fucking scary, dude, and I hate that so much that, like, but at the same time, I feel like you can't be too overbearing.
Too overprotective, yeah.
Yeah, because...
Yeah. That's what I try to tell myself, like, I can't
be, like, too, just, like,
I can't be too like, panicked out, you
like,
know?
Because
even when I'm outside, bro, like, I'll be outside, same thing, like, where we live, like, if they can run up and down the shit. But once I don't know why, once they start going towards that exit where this the actual street, I start getting nervous and I just need, like, I gotta be there because I just, like, I see some fool walking that I've never seen on the block. I'm like, I don't fucking know you. So, like, you know, like, I don't know. I mean, it just comes, I think it's just like what's put into us now. Just all the shit that's going on around.
And not only that, like, thanks to the internet, everything is in your face. So all day, every day, you hear death, kidnappings, fucking.
It's crazy.
That's all you hear and see all every fucking day, and that shit's.
And it's funny because with everything else, like, I really don't give a fuck about. Like, I'm like, if I get pulled over, I'm like, I'm whatever, you know, like. But when it comes to the kids, it's like I don't recently a friend of mine, his son's best friend went missing, and thank God they found him. So happy they found him.
Bro.
But it feels so close because it's La Puente, it's like right up the street.
Not only that, because you're just like, oh, I have a kid. That can happen to Mike. Yeah, that can happen to Mike. Like, I've seen some instances where like I had a homie who he started posting that his nephew was missing, and ended up, you know, he's just a teenage kid, and ended up like bouncing, you know, like, but still, like, you think about it, and then like I started to think about like, yo, I used to know this kid when he was a kid, you know, so it's scary because I don't mean to really, I mean, might be off topic, but like I had a homegirl who I grew up with, and she got kidnapped. Like, she went missing, like, I feel like it was Thanksgiving or December, I don't really remember. And she went missing for like a whole month or two, and then they found her body on the side of the freeway. Yeah, she left behind like 2 kids, dude, and like I knew this girl, like we were friends, we went to the same fucking like summer camp, and like.
Was this recent?
This was, I want to say like almost 10 years ago.
Fuck. Okay.
Yeah, and like
damn.
I remember going to her house, playing with her brother, and like shit like that. Like low key, she's like the first girl that put me onto game with like girls, you know, because she was like 2-3 years older, and like, you know, whatever. And yeah, dude, I remember like my sister being like, "Hey, they found her." And like I ran to her room, and like I was watching the TV, and like, yeah, like they found her body on the side of the freeway, and like that to me was like, god damn, like that's
just on the fucking side of the freeway.
Yeah, too. Bro, like, and they try to connect. I don't know the whole story, but they're trying to connect it with this other dude who like killed this other chick, or like I don't know too I don't know too much. I just know.
Yeah.
The basics, and like that to me just like always fucked with me, you know, like that shit just always fucked with me. I'm like, goddamn.
Yeah, because especially when they're that close. Yeah, rest in peace to her, little traguito right here.
Yes, always. We're gonna have to be doing a lot of those traguitos. A lot of traguitos.
The good thing's time is what we have.
Yeah, sir.
Damn, bro, that's crazy though. That is very crazy. But hopefully things change. You know, hopefully. Shit doesn't get so crazy.
Yeah, that's why that's just like the best advice I could give my daughter and my son is like, hey, watch your brother, watch your sister, pay attention to your surroundings. Pay attention. That's it. Just pay attention. Pay attention. Like, straight up. Like, I feel like me and their mom is like the same way. Like, we're both just very like, hey, fucking pay attention. Pay attention. Just look around. Like, you know, like. Be alert type shit, you know, because
that's good. That's good that your kids have it from both sides. Because it's very important, especially you motherfuckers listen up. Like, it's very important for you guys to learn how to co-parent. If you can't co-parent 100, just meet halfway for your kids, man. Bro. Like, because it's so much easier, and it's not about you guys anymore.
Exactly, and it wasn't about you. The moment your baby's mother or whatever you want to call her got pregnant, it stopped being about both of you. Yeah, like exactly. Straight up.
It really did.
Like, it's cool to, you know, like, of course everybody deserves to have their fun and shit, you know, blah, blah, blah. But like, I feel like being able to meet in the middle after it didn't work is the best thing that you could do for your kid. Like, just in general. Like, co-parent, like, I'm so glad that you brought that up, dude, because like, you just have to be grateful when it's able to just to work. When that balance is there, like, it works fucking perfect.
It works perfect, and honestly, like, it's really not that hard. Like, at least I don't feel it's that hard because you just have to let go of your bullshit.
Yeah, dude. Like, cause
like people are so focused though, like like they're still jealous or hurting.
What are you doing?
Yeah, and they take it out on the partner, but you're not really hurting your partner. You're hurting your kids.
Yeah, of course. Like,
and you're just watching them grow.
And then you hear like, oh, you're not gonna see your kid, or like I'm gonna take them from you, or this, and like you start hearing shit like that, and like that, just like it's not healthy for either side.
It's not healthy.
And at the end of the day, like, I mean, I feel like we're all products of that. I personally, I feel like I remember being a kid and being like, man, I wish my parents would just fucking split up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why don't y'all just break up? You know, like.
But it's crazy too. Like now that you bring that up, when I remember when I was a kid, it was harder to find friends from separated parents. Because even if the parents didn't like or get along since they were old school, they would still stick together.
Yeah.
Nowadays, fuck, everyone's split up.
Yeah.
Everyone's
it's like the norm. It's
the
just
norm
like,
now, yeah.
I mean, I just feel like
which is fine. I'm not saying that's bad.
Yeah, but like of course, like if you're able to work through it, cool. But like, I feel like at the end of the day, like the kids have to like, cause you're literally leaving a mark on these little people that are absorbing everything like a fucking sponge, dude. Like I remember a lot of shit from when I was a kid, you know, like I can only imagine, like, and that's something you want to, like, if you're gonna do it right, like that's something you need to break. Like
you gotta break that shit.
Yeah, you have to. You like yeah, like boyfriend, girlfriend shit, like whatever, love, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Like, yeah, that's cool, but like you got to remember you're dealing with another, like you decided to make the decision to deal with another life. Now you guys have to meet in the middle to learn how to mold that into something that is greater than you, you know, like greater than what you know, like you want to use your knowledge, your traumas, your experiences to like mold that into something that's better than you, you know, like, cause that, like, at the end of the day, it's all eyes on you, dude.
Yeah.
When it comes to your fucking kids, like they're everything that they learn and they're experiencing, it's all on both of you, you know.
It's true.
It's like crazy shit, bro. Like,
no, you're very right on that, and it's something that I feel more people should really take into account. Because for a lot of parents, a lot of people that I've seen, and I'm not judging, I'm not fucking judging, but don't be bitches.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like straight up, but like, I've noticed it's a lot easier for people to, maybe this is why kids don't go out, because it's so much easier for people to give that kid their tablet, give that kid something to distract them, because they're so distracted on their own BS, you know?
Yeah.
The girl's trying to get a guy, the guy's trying to get a girl. Everyone's just like so fucking selfish with their shit.
Everyone's just searching for love.
Everyone's searching for love.
For love. Oh,
and the best love that you can honestly I've ever felt is for my own kids.
Yeah.
Cause that shit
100 and
like
fucking 21%.
That's the most purest fucking love. Like a half I love your dad. If you're lucky to have both parents or one of them, that's still love. It feels nice. But it's different.
If you're lucky enough to have a parent to even care about you.
Yeah, to even care about
you know,
shit.
like.
Yeah. It feels nice, but like, but your children's fucking love, that shit is a whole ballgame. Bro. Like that shit just changes everything.
Because that's just pure innocence, just looking, literally like
they watch and learn. And
yeah,
copy,
dude, like,
bro.
Like, for example, like my kid saying that he wants to be a fighter like me. Like, I'm just like, yo, what the fuck? Like, I remember their mom sent me the picture when he was doing that, and I was just like, I was at work and I started crying. I was just like, fuck, like, for the kids, you know, like,
yeah.
If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here. If it wasn't for fucking Chucky, I for sure wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be having this interview. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Straight up like that. Like, as bad as I just want to just be like, hey, fuck everything. Like, I'm like, no, like this, like I said earlier, the people that take the pictures, the videos, the people that fucking listen, the people that come up to me, say hi, and that they like my band, whatever, the people that support, the people that are still by my side, like, I'm leaving something for my kids.
That's right.
And if I didn't have my kids, or just straight up, if I didn't have my kids, I'm going to be 120% honest with you, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you.
I'll cheers to that. I understand you.
Salute.
100% on that.
I'm still here.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's crazy, bro. And thank you for sharing that. And thank you for, you know, understanding that point of view, because it's a lot. It's a point of view.
bro, like, you're a pops,
Yeah.
dude. I know you get it. So that's why I knew, like, I was happy to be here. Like, yo, dude, like.
It's the same thing for me. Like, all this is my own therapy.
Yeah, bro.
All this is for me to hear other stories, and just it fuels, bro. It motivates, and it really does help, because I wasn't that great all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm still learning. I'm still growing. You know. But like it's for the kids.
Yeah,
it truly is for that.
Yeah, bro. Because
I would not be here either. Like I would not, bro. And dude, a lot of people judge you, like, oh, you fucked up.
Oh, you're tripping. No, you're just saying, like, no, like, you don't understand. Like,
I didn't fuck up. Yeah, exactly. You don't understand. Like,
there is a breaking point to where you're like, I like, what's the point? And then you have kids, and you're like, okay, here's my reason. You know, like,
and there's a good reason. And fuck you, fools, if you guys don't think so.
Yeah,
like, I'm not saying you have to have kids to help yourself. If you can do it without, good for you, and go for it. But it's just different. And if you have them, love them.
Cherish them,
love them. Like really, really, like, love them, because that skunk guy you're chasing, she's gonna bounce anyway.
Yeah.
That fool you're smashing, he's smashing someone else.
He don't care.
He don't care, man. Trust. Like, it is what it is. Focus on the kids, and you'll see how your own life starts getting better.
Trust me, homie. Believe that.
That's the truth, right?
Believe that. Yeah.
You focus on yourself and what you like, and then just your kids and your family.
Yeah.
Dude, things really align. Like,
even if you don't have the whole, like, white picket fence family, you know, mom and dad are together, you raising the kids, career, all that bullshit, like, wherever you are in life, and if you have kids, like, just remember that whatever you're doing now is what you're leaving for them. Remember that shit, because, like, imagine if I was, like, on fucking drugs all the goddamn time, like, strung out, or on just bullshit out there, not doing anything, while my kids are, you know, out, you know, like, what am I leaving them? Like, I'm not leaving them anything. Like, the fact that my kids understand, like, my kids have been in the studio with me since they were babies, you know? So it's like, the fact that they know, they'll be like, oh, Papa, you got a show today? Okay. They'll be like, oh, I want to go, or I don't want to go. And I'm just like, all right, it's cool. But, like, I'm leaving that. I'm, like, engraving that in them. Like, yo, my dad, like, likes music. My dad's making music. Like, they see videos, pictures, and they're like, you know, like, the next,
blows their mind.
yeah, you know, the next morning they're like watching, oh, is that you? You know, like, it, like, that's, like, I'm leaving something for them, you know. Like,
it feels nice.
Yeah, it feels
nice. My boy found this podcast when, after I posted Big Dub, he listened to the last one. He might be listening to this one too.
That's
What's up,
perfect.
mijo? What's up, mija?
Yes.
It's funny, but they know how I am. They know they know I'm a fucking mess too. But it works out, because, like I said, kids really know, like, not in a way to say, like, oh, my hefe is crazy, but they know that you're a little more active. 'Cause, dude, I goof around a lot.
Yeah.
Like, when we're out, like, my boys told me, like, dude, you don't care if people, like, see you weird. How I don't.
Yeah,
like,
right.
We were racing with the fucking Walmart cards, bro.
Yeah.
And there was vatos looking at me like, what the fuck? And I'm like, man,
this grown ass man having fun with his kids.
Like, so wrong. So you know, yeah, but it's fun. Kids,
you know what I mean? Like, that's why that's why I feel like it's very important to, like, let your kids, like, dude, like, just be yourself. Like, just be yourself. Like, who cares?
Enjoy
you like
it,
that?
man.
You like this? Like, enjoy it. Like it's fun. That's why, like, my kids have this insane sense of humor, and, like, there's times where I'm like, yo, don't say that, or hey, you know, like, stop, you know. Yeah. But other times I'm just like, I would have said the same thing. You know what I mean? Exactly. I would have said the same fucking, you know, like,
and even when you tell them to stop, in your head you're laughing because
you're like, fuck, and then, like, someone's like, you know, like, for example, like, if their mom's like, oh, I'd be like, I got nothing to say. Like, that was slick. That was funny. You know, funny. Like, or, like, you even see them, like I'll see my kid's mom sometimes stop in her tracks and be like, all right, I gotta give you that. Like,
that's really good that you guys are like that, because that keeps the kids self-esteem up.
Yeah,
it keeps them to themselves.
Yeah,
you know?
Hell yeah.
If you keep quieting your kids, if you keep telling them stop,
hey,
stop,
don't,
like you could really take away a very good characteristic of a person.
That's something I learned too, because I remember always growing up and just anything I did that was like looked rude in other people's, like, Hispanic households, it's just like, no, just, hey, cut that shit, like, oh, you'll see
in front of people too.
Yeah, in front of say hi to everybody, do this and that, like,
don't correct your children in public. That's just horrible.
Yeah, bro, like, honestly, like, just let kids be fucking kids, dude. Kids. Like, there's times where I have to catch myself and I literally, like, have to tell my kids, like, hey, I'm sorry, like, because, dude, we're fucking adults and we deal with life, and kids don't get that. They don't get that. But like, it's cool that you're able to catch yourself and check yourself and be like, oh fuck, like, my bad, like, hey, like, go do whatever, just do your thing, just.
And I think they respect us more for that, because that's what they know. Like me, like, they've seen me get stupid, and I've had to later talk to them, explain to them, like, that sometimes just like me paso, like, I'm still learning. Like how they tell me, like, oh, we're little, we're still learning. I'm like, you're right, and I'm still learning, because dude, there's no fucking perfect way to be a parent. Yeah, dude, there's no perfect way.
Like, fuck no,
like, there's no perfect way.
Hell no. That's why I feel like one thing that's really important, if your motherfuckers are really listening out there, it's like, learn to apologize to your kids when you know you're wrong.
Exactly. Yes.
When you know you're in the wrong, learn to apologize to your kids. Cause
teaching values.
I can be completely honest. Like, I don't remember how many times I'm pretty sure my mom or my dad had a bad day and they took it out on us. And like, it would have been nice to be like, hey, you know what? Like, I'm having a bad day. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. Yeah. Or just like, I mean, but they always had their ways. Like, hey, the food's ready, or hey, you want to go here? Like
that's that old generation.
Yeah, but see that doesn't really work, because now you're expecting that all the time now.
And I'm sorry goes a long way from
bro.
From a parent, and I'm sorry goes a long way.
Yeah, bro. Like
it really does.
I feel like any human being, for just to admit, like, hey, I'm in the wrong. Like, it really does go a long way, dude. Like,
it takes more balls to say I'm sorry than to just act like you're a fucking hard fool.
Like, to be honest with you, when it comes to like shit like that, like, I don't care about nobody else. But when it comes to my fucking kids, like, I have to, like, before I send them back home with their mom or whatever, before we go to bed, or I gotta let them know, like, hey, this is why I got like this, like, you like, I try to use certain words to be like, hey, you get it, right? Like, it wouldn't be fair if this and this, right? Like, like, certain words that they can cling on to. Like, it's just, I don't know, man. Like, I'm still learning how to be I'm 32 years old, still learning how to fucking be a man and deal with my fucking emotions, like.
All right, we are back. Little bathroom break, and we're gonna get straight to that question, Los.
All right.
How do you deal with your boy? What is the difference that you do now as a parent?
Oh,
because it's very different. I mean, guys out there, if you have a daughter and a son, we all try to work with our son a different way.
Yeah.
So
I feel like that's like the best of both worlds, having a daughter and a son. Like, don't get me wrong, my daughter's a sweetheart, cabrona at times, like, but she's a sweetheart. She means well, but oh my goodness, I love my son to death. Like, I remember this one time I was just like sitting there, like, staring at him, and I'm like, yo, why you like this? My mom's like, she laughed, and I'm like, okay, that makes sense. All right, you're right. Like, you're like literally me, but man, I try. Like, that kid does test my patience. I'm not gonna lie, because he's like a little.
The firecracker.
Yeah, he's literally, like, the best way to describe him is like. Okay, sorry, I'm about to get into this, but he's a Gemini. So he's like literally Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and there's time, like, I can be patient with him, and like I am patient with him, but then like comes a time where he's just not. It's just like he just does not care. Like, that's just always been his thing. Like, that guy he just doesn't care. Like, he'll say what's on his mind. He'll say what he feels like, and I gotta respect that, But at the same time, like, it's just at times it's tough, because when he was first born, like the first
he's firstborn.
He's the second born, but he was firstborn son.
Uh-huh.
But when he was first born, like the first 5, 6 months, I want to say, like he didn't like me. Like I would try to rock him to sleep and he wouldn't. Like he would just give me the hardest time, and we there was this not beef, but like of course I love my son, but there was this just like this unwritten beef and tension that and like he was just like, nah, I'm gonna give you a hard ass time, and then after a while, like he became daddy's boy. He's still a mama's boy, but like he requires a lot more patience and attention than my daughter does, and like he's a very emotional kid, and I get it because his mom's pregnancy wasn't the easiest. Like, not saying shit was perfect or shit was terrible, but like, fellas, if your lady's pregnant right now, you need to 121% be there for them every step of the way.
Yep.
It might go against how you feel or what you want, but believe me, that all takes a toll.
It does.
All of it.
Like if you had the balls to be insider and come inside and put a baby inside, a fool should really be you.
That's before and after. And I don't know how many homies I've told that the same thing. Like, hey, just be there for her. Like, bro, like before and after, like just be there for them.
A fool's gotta put that pride aside, or like,
yeah, bro,
fuck that bitch. It don't matter.
Yeah, nah, bro. Once they're carrying that kid, like, nah, bro. Like, you need to.
It's not even just for her. It's for that child. Like,
yeah,
your child.
It's for both. It's for all of you.
Mm-hmm.
It's for all of you. It's just like, and like I'm not saying like, oh, me and my kid's mom was terrible, but like, it was rocky at first.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just trying to raise a kid already and then expecting but. I mean, like I said, like, just be there.
Just be there.
Just be there.
So, how you said right now, like, with your boy, he requires more attention, a little more thing, right?
Yeah.
Since he is a boy, and us fools, we still have the things from our... what is your image, or what is your way, how you see fit to want to raise later on a man? Because, I mean, for me, like, with my son, I've called myself a lot, and I've even had, like, my own dad now kind of, like, call me out and be like, hey, fool, like, he's not a man. He's a child still.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I was a child too.
Yeah, right. I mean? Oh, dude, we could get into that shit too. Like, all of a sudden, grandparents they know how to parent.
Yeah, all of a sudden.
No offense.
No offense. Jefa, te amo.
Yeah, I love you.
Pero you know what's up.
Yeah. All of a sudden. But when it was us,
because I get corrected like so much, which I love. I love it because I don't think I would be a good fucking parent example if it really wasn't for my mom and my dad, checking me.
Yeah, of course.
When I fuck up, but that's my thing now. Like, I've seen, like, I noticed, like, especially fools like us, the way that we grew up and shit that we were doing and all that Desmadre. Like, how do we raise a young, decent man?
Honestly, it might sound stupid or however you want to take it, but like I just feel like it's a lot of patience and acceptance.
Acceptance, right?
It's a lot of, like, you gotta realize, like,
it's attention. That a boy does require more attention because he has a higher self-esteem to build.
Yeah. They want to be the, like, king of the castle, like shit like that. But
because we wanted to be king of the castle.
Yeah, of course. But at the same time, you gotta let it be known that it's like, hey, it's not always gonna like be like this for you. Once I'm out of the picture, and like, because I told my son, like, yo, dude, I've had to talk to my son like he's a grown ass man, and I had to tell him, like, hey, dude, like, once you go to school, like, a lot of the ways you're acting and your little temper tantrums and what you're doing, like, that's not gonna fly. Right away, that shit switched up, like, like right away, and like. So thanks to his teachers or just school in general, like putting them in, but it's a lot of patience, bro. And it's like I've always felt like, all right, like, this isn't for you. All right, cool. I'm not going to push it on you. Yeah. I want to see you come to me about it, like
exactly.
Like I said, it's a lot of patience and acceptance that, like, yo, they're not always going to be the fucking star quarterback or the fucking toughest motherfucker around, Like, nah, dude. Like, I'm gonna just let you be a fucking kid and like
Be how you are.
yeah, be how you are, and I'm gonna fucking correct
you. Which is exactly how we were.
Yeah.
My boy's exactly how I was when I was little, bro.
You know, correct you when you're wrong. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like if I got it, like I'm sorry, but I feel like that's a dude thing. But like if I gotta check you, like hey, you're fucking up. Like I remember when he was fucking up in school, and like me and his mom were just like, all right, when he goes over there, take this away. When he comes over here, take and like. And he hated it, and like I hated to see my kid like that, you know, just upset and sad. But I was like, no, dude, like, you have to, like, you have to learn.
It's a discipline.
Yeah, you like
discipline.
Like, if I let you do whatever the fuck you want, and you know, run amok or do whatever, like, you're gonna keep like no, like not. I'm sorry, but not on my watch, bro. Like
exactly.
You know, like so it's like I don't know, dude. Like I don't see the point in being like too I don't know if the word I'm using is right, but like too aggressive on your kid or like too like stern, but like I feel like you have to like whatever your kid is, boy, girl, whatever, you know, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
You just have to like let them be. Like you do have to let them be, and you have to know when to fucking check them.
Yeah, it's true.
It's like with any other human, because it's like if you're not putting them in, like, letting them know, like, hey, nah, cut that shit out. Like, that doesn't fly. Imagine when they go out in public. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
And the last thing I ever want is for someone to, like, tell my kid, like, because that shit pisses me off so much when someone tells my kid, like, hey, don't do that. Like, I'll be like,
which I hate because this happened to me, and then I start acting out. What I act out how I tell them not to act out.
Exactly.
I get all aggressive. Yeah, they see me fight fools in the street, bro.
But then you're like, then you stop and you're like, God damn it.
Yeah, you're like, fuck.
You're literally me.
Yeah,
you're
exactly.
literally I'm sorry. Like, you're literally me.
Yeah, my boy. That's what earlier when we were talking about how you said that you were a very scaredy cat as a kid.
Yeah,
that was me too as a child, but I did not like scary movies. I was not into none of that shit. When I was small, when I first came here from Peru, I was not into none of that shit. I just into the war movies and that shit that my head was showing me, right? But my boy's the same thing. And then sometimes I even find myself like contradicting myself and just fucking like being like fuck, because I'd be like, come on, don't be a scaredy cat.
Don't be a chicken.
And I'm like, oh, fuck, I was the fucking same way. Yeah.
But it's kind of fun because when we, like, speaking of when we went to Comic-Con, like my son at home, he's so like, oh, Five Nights at Freddy, that's all he wants to watch, and I tell him all the time, I'm like, dude, you're gonna have nightmares, stop watching that.
Shit is creepy, dog.
Yeah, bro. Creepy, a lot of like, watch what your kids are watching when they're on YouTube.
Yes,
watch what they're watching.
Monitor that shit, bro.
Yes.
Monitor.
Anyway, but like, there's this girl dressed at, I mean, you know that fool Foxy and then Golden Bear and then Springtrap, whatever. They were all dressed as that, and I was like, oh look, Papa, like go take a picture, and like he like looked at them and was like, fuck this, and like went the other way. Every time he would see them, he'd be like, nope, fuck this, I'm gone. Yeah, and I was just like, all right. I mean, it's cool. In a way, it's kind of funny. Like you gotta laugh, you know. But
so that's cool. And so when it comes to your boy, you're just gonna. I like that. You're like just gonna let him be himself.
Just let him be. Just be patient and just like.
Yeah, don't try to toughen up your kids, man. Like,
yeah, bro.
If you're trying to, honestly, I've learned that. That's what I'm not gonna sit here and like point fingers because that's how I learned it. Is like, if you're trying to toughen up your kid, the one that really needs toughen up is a parent.
Yeah.
So
straight up.
I've caught myself with that. That's why just like, you know, I can't do this.
Yeah, dude. Cause like straight up, dude. Like, I don't try to be like, hey, we're going to the gym. Let's go. Mm-hmm. If I be like, hey, I'm going to go to the gym. You guys want to go? And my kids are like, yeah. I'm like, all right. You guys are going to work out with me. And they're like, all right. And if they're like, no, I'm like, okay. I'll see you guys later. You know, I'll be back. You know, it's just like.
It is, yeah. It's just how it works out. I'm glad you like that, bro. That's cool, man. That's really cool. That shows, like, you know, a lot of, it's trippy, too, because I feel like a lot of the good parents that I meet nowadays ended up being young desmadrosos themselves. And we all and like even like, you know, when we make it out of that shit, like yourself, you have your own story, you went through your own shit, but now that you have your kids, you realize like
I don't want any of this for you know, I don't want like
and it's crazy how for that you're actually able to really drop a lot of shit, like a lot of people that I talk to that are like this, they're able to switch it up real quick. And then the fools that had it all, that have kids, are the ones that fuck, don't pay no attention. I'm not judging.
Yeah, no,
I'm not trying to judge anybody. Like, we all got our own shit. We all got our own demons. I know people that had it good didn't always had it good behind the curtains too. I get it.
Yeah. Okay. Like, I mean, we're talking about kids a lot. I mean, we'll change the subject a bit, but like, for example, when I saw that my daughter was like, she loved seeing us at her games, and like, dude, when my daughter's playing soccer, like, I'm coaching her from the sidelines. Like, if it's a fight, I'm like, hey, breathe, like, hey, relax, like, come on, show more. And like, I see like that boosts her little spirit up, and she goes hard. And like, dude, I love that. Like, if your kid's not comfortable with the way you're trying to like do things, then obviously you gotta switch shit up.
Yeah,
you know?
switch
Like,
it up,
you gotta check it. Like that's the thing I love about having kids is if you see your kids are enjoying it, like your kids are happy, like, all right, cool, go for it. But like, if you feel that your kids are feeling pressured, they don't want to do it, like, dude, like,
don't force them.
It's all right.
When you were growing up, now we're gonna get into young lows.
Mm-hmm.
When you were growing up, how was that? You
I mean,
what kind of desmadroso were you when you were younger?
To be honest with you, I wasn't like too much of like a. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. It was probably like second grade I started being like that. But at first, I was like very chill, and then trip out. I went to a fucking Catholic school from kinder to 8th grade.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and like it kind of sucked because like the ladies that ran it, they were monjas and shit. And my brothers had gone to school there before me, so as soon as they heard the last name Moreno, they already knew. Yeah, you go to Desmadre, you know?
They were getting the crucifix ready, el rosario ready.
Dude, I used to get blamed for all kinds of like crazy shit. Like this one time, they like, I think I was like in 6th, 7th grade. They like pulled me into the office and they're like, "Oh, we know you're the one that smeared shit all over the wall." True ass story. I put this shit on everything. And I was sitting there like, what the fuck are you talking about?
What?
Yeah, long story short, ends up that the person that did do it wrote their name when they did it.
Actual shit.
Yeah, like, actual shit. And like they were trying to blame me, like, oh, you're the last one to walk out the restroom. And I was like, what the? You know, so since like I stopped accepting religion by like 4th grade, like I wanted nothing to do with it. But you know, like when your parents come over here from a fucking country that ain't that great, that they don't have that many opportunities, they want the best for you. You know what I mean? They want,
and they really do try.
Yeah,
some of them, I mean, if you're blessed to have them, fucking take care of it, cause
and if
they do it. So our parents have tried it in their own way.
Yeah, bro.
Like we try in our own way.
Yeah, bro, and they try to give you the best, like whether you like it or not, you know. But like, I mean, I did what I had to do, you know. But like,
that's fucking hilarious.
Young Los, like, I don't know, bro. I used to be a pretty cool ass kid, and
what were your musical influences back in that time?
Oh, like,
what were you bumping?
Like when it came to like
reggaeton.
Nah, oh, honestly,
imagine he looks like a reggaetonero, huh?
Like honestly, I remember like I shared a room with my older sister, so like she would listen to a lot of like Kiss FM, and like so I would like whatever she would listen to, and then like I had my older brothers who I was fortunate enough that like they were into all kinds of shit. Like my oldest brother, David, like he's the one that I got into because of Korn. I got into Korn because of him, and like
David likes Korn.
Yeah, Rage Against the Machine, and like my brother.
Shout out David, so coming.
My brothers listen to a lot of crazy shit. Like my other oldest brother, he like listening to like it was to the point where he had to hide his CDs, you know. And I'd go through his shit, and I'd see like Dub C, Big Pun, fucking Wu-Tang, Cypress Hill, shit like that, you know, like fucking. As they got older, Psycho Room, and then I remember them putting me on to like. I remember my brother putting me on to like Limp Bizkit. My sister was like into like Green Day and Blink, so like I was like around. I was around a lot of that shit. So like
that's crazy, that's dope.
And then eventually, like I started finding shit out for myself. I like if it wasn't for skating, I don't. I feel like.
Oh, you used to skate?
Yeah, I used to skate when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I used to live across the street from a Vons, and like all the high school kids used to come out there and just skate the parking lot.
We're gonna play skate after this.
And like you know, like I remember one of those fools talking to me about Slipknot. Like this fool's like in high school and shit. Like, I just grew up listening to like all kinds of shit. Fool. Like I remember getting in trouble in school because I had my brother's fucking Outkast, the Stankonia CD, and has a naked girl on the cover on the CD, all like weird trippy out. Yeah, and I got in trouble for that shit. I'd always take my brother's CDs like all the time, and
you listen to them in school, or what?
Yeah,
the CD players,
listen to them in school. I used to be a lot into like deep house, like house music, like fucking DJ Bam Bam, fucking Richard Humpty Vision, DJ Irene, you know, like all those old school, like, cause my uncle used to be a fucking DJ too.
Mm-hmm.
He used to be fucking. I had a cousin who's a DJ. Like I was fortunate enough to have people around me grow up with like shit outside the norm, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, but I feel like it's like once I discovered like Slipknot, System, Korn.
So rock. I mean, in rock and general, I think that was like the main thing that attracted you.
Oh, fuck yeah, bro!
Like the heaviness.
Yeah, dude. Like just like I remember you remember playing like Tony Hawk and all that, and like all the music that was on there. Yeah. And I just like it just stuck to me, like just skating in general, and then like like watching all these like old skate videos, like Birdhouse, The End, Zero's Misled Youth, fucking Baker, like Baker 2, like all that shit, you know, that 411 video mag, like all those, and they all had badass fucking music on them, you know, and like I was fortunate enough to that like my parents, my mom caught on that like, okay, he's not going towards the direction his brothers are going, you know, the whole like street shit, you know, like tagging and shit like that. Mm-hmm. He's going more towards music and skating, you know, so she kind of like was against it, but at the same time she supported it, because I feel like as long as I wasn't going this way, then, you know, like it was fine. Yeah, and like honestly I feel like, I mean, I still got into tagging and shit like that. Like,
David tags? David used to tag?
My brother used to be fucking, my brother was crazy, dog.
Hey man, you better tag me my name after this. That's cool. Yeah, David.
Yeah, my brother used to get some crazy shit, bro.
That's wild, bro.
Yeah, both my brothers actually. In the old neighborhood that we grew up in, like, cause we grew up in like downtown basically. Like I used to look out my window, my bedroom window, and my view was all of downtown.
Shit.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Like literally downtown. Nah, yeah, right. I mean, like, that was like literally my view. And yeah, man, like it was just like skating and just.
That's sick. What you say you played drums, right?
Oh, that was like later. Like once we moved to Pomona. I remember we moved from LA to Pomona, and when I got to Pomona, I was still going to school out here in LA for like two years. Yeah, like 2 years, and I was like still coming out here for like a good 3-4 years. I was still like coming out this way towards LA, and then trip out, like that's when I met this fool. Was fucking, you know, he used to drum for his band. He was like my neighbor, like, excuse me, literally my neighbor, like not the house in between, like there's a house between us, and he was like right there, and like, and his older brother was into like all kinds of metal and like all kinds of bands, and through him, I got into all kinds of other shit, and like from there, like I always remember that summer just like chaos and just like fucking going to backyard shows, fucking. That's how I started too. Yeah, dude, just finding out about bands and fucking. I was fortunate enough to live literally 4 or 5 blocks from 2nd Street, so like I was able to catch and see all kinds of bands out there, dude. And by the time I got into high school, like it was my first time in public school, so right there I just fucking branched out and shit. I was cool with the skaters, the taggers, fucking everybody, you know, like, so I was always into everything, you know. Sick. So like to this day I still be bumping like crazy ass, like not crazy, but like I just mean like hip hop that I was listening to back in the day, like, you know what I mean, like music in general is like it's like literally me. You know, like I love that shit. Like I started off playing drums. We did a little fuck around band with my neighbor, you know, we fucking played random ass shows. We would do like Casualties and fucking Hatebreed covers and shit like that, and just, you know, we didn't know what the fuck we were doing. We were just busy, just jamming out and
going out.
You know, just fucking chilling, and it was fun. It was always fun. Like, it was,
how was the backyard scene for you back in those days?
Well, the first time I went to like a backyard show was in Pomona. That's why I always got mad love for Pomona. Shout out P-Town and shit. But yeah, like his brother, like my neighbor's brother, he would always have shows. Like he would throw shows, or like there would be random ass shows here and there, and like we would go to them, and it was cool, dude. Like I said, like I lived down the street from fucking Glass House, so like we'd be, and they'd always have Warp Tour at Fairplex, and I lived like 2-3 blocks from Fairplex, so like I remember like I think one of my first shows was Warp Tour.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I think it was Warp Tour like 2003, 2004.
When it was still good.
And that show's like $25 to get in.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? When it was like $25 to get in and shit. And yeah, man, that was like.
I don't even think they have that anymore, right? I don't see that shit anymore. I don't know. It's all the emo bands took over after that shit. That's wild.
But all kinds of bands were playing at that time.
Yeah,
like
it was every. It was
If Thrice, fucking Bad Religion, Pennywise, like all kinds of fucking bands, dude.
Yeah, it was wild. It was wild.
Yeah, man, but like. That's how it all started. Honestly, I shit you not, it all started like that. Like, I'm grateful enough that my parents were like, all right, you're taking this route. Like, so we won't support it 100, but like we'll support it, you know? And they did. And they did. And I was grateful enough that like, but like, I also love about that whole side of like skating and music, like punk, hardcore, metal, whatever the fuck. It all goes back to the streets.
It does. All right, Los.
Yes.
So from drumming, when you were drumming for bands, your homies' bands, what ended up happening that you picked up the mic?
Well, honestly, like I did that first band, and then I did like another like hardcore band in high school. It was pretty cool. We played a couple shows, did all kinds of like shit, you know, around Pomona, like nothing like too major. But that era was cool because that was a fun era of like hardcore and like metal, especially out like Pomona and shit like that. Yeah, dude. I ended up moving to East LA from Pomona, and it was that was like a weird time of my life. Like I had just like broke up with my chick, and like we had been together for like 5 years, and like I was just a big piece of shit at that time, you know. Anyway, yeah, and like I don't know, I forgot how like I just came across Chucky, and like that fool hit me up and was like, hey, let's kick it. I was like, all right, yeah, cool, like let's hang out, you know. Like if we live in Norwalk, I'm in East Los, like yeah, let's kick it, let's have some brews, like nothing wrong with that. And I ended up like going to his pad, and we were just drinking, just partying, you know, like, and like we had like a lot in common with like music, like whether it was metal, like hip hop, whatever. Like he was like really into like Slayer and System of a Down, and I was like, yo, that's my shit too, you know, Korn and all that. And like he was just like, hey, yo, check this out. And he had wrote some music, and like I always trip out on that because like all the music that you hear, Frostbite, Desmadre, that's like Chucky, bro. Like he comes up with that, like
this riffs and shit.
Yeah, bro, that's like his shit. Drums, bass, guitar, everything. Like,
oh shit,
like he comes up with all that, and like I was always like, yo, this is sick as fuck. And like I remember he sent me a song, and he was just like, write to this. And I wrote to it, and that was like my first time ever like writing anything that I felt down, or just anything in general down. And like low key, that shit was like some life-saving shit, bro. Like that right there, like just with the first song, like I felt like I got a lot off my chest. With the second one, he just kept sending me songs like write to this, and we just kept doing it. And Frostbite happened. Frostbite was fun. Like we had a bunch of fun. Like all the homies were involved. Like we're doing all kinds of shit. Like just fucking causing Desmadre everywhere we went. And funny thing is, one of our demos is called Un Desmadre Bien Hecho. And I decided to name it that because my mama would always tell me that. My mom would always tell me like, "Ay, Carlos, eres un desmadre bien hecho." Like, you know? You know, like, and that shit always stuck with me. And then we wrote a song, and which is the last video that we did, which is funny. And I named that song Desmadre, and we did it. And then like I remember Chucky being like, hey, like let's do a video of this song. All right. And we did it, and like it just something didn't feel right with Frostbite anymore. It just didn't feel like the same because like we had lost like 2 homies in the process of doing all that, and like that was a big game changer for me, dog. Like I had just became a dad, and my daughter is a month. My daughter just not even a month yet, and the homie called me 4 hours before he passed away, and he was talking to me about how he just wants to meet my daughter and shit. You know, like I was like on my dad shit. You know, like I stopped just the Desmadre came to a mild halt. You know, and yeah, like it shit kind of just like threw me off because like when I wrote Frostbite shit, like one of the songs I wrote was for the homegirl that I told you about earlier, you know, and then like I wrote a song for her and my uncle that did 15 years in prison, only to get out and catch cancer and fucking die like not even a year later, you know.
Fuck.
And every Sunday for 15 years we'd go visit him. And yeah, dude, like Frostbite was cool, it was fun, you know, like we just fucking around, bunch of like youngsters just doing our fucking thing. And then me and Chucky kind of fell off for a while after like a lot of shit happened, and we try to bring it back, and like this is just something that we just, the music in general, I feel it's like something like we didn't want to let go. And we both were just kind of like, yo, this Frostbite shit just ain't feeling like it ain't it anymore, you know. Like it's the flame, like that's it, it's gone. And then he showed me new music, and he's like, what do you think about this? And he told me the whole idea that he wanted to do, his whole thing. Like that, like I shit you not, that fool's a fucking genius. And we did it. And yeah, bro, it just, this whole year has just been fucking insane. You know, like it's been a crazy ass year for me. Especially with Desmadre. Like, dude, Desmadre almost didn't happen.
Sick ass name though.
Yeah,
sick ass name, for real.
Like, as soon as he was like, yo, we need a name, I was like, yo, Desmadre. Desmadre it is, you know?
Desmadre it is.
And it's so funny because the last fucking song or whatever, the last thing we did for Frostbite was, excuse me. Goddamn. Excuse me. I'm over here being a puerco. Sorry. But the last thing we really did for Frostbite was the Desmadre music video. And that's kind of where I first brought in the clown nose, but that was just kind of like a joke. But when we did Desmadre, I kind of felt like I'm gonna bring this along, you know? You know, like make something out of it. Like I felt very like cause first things first, dog. Like I hate performing. I hate being up there. I've only done 2 shows sober.
Oh shit!
And I've had the worst time of my life when I did it.
Excuse me.
I had the worst fucking time of my life when I did it.
Sober?
Yeah. And that was during that fight camp.
Wait, because of fight camp.
Yeah, and like I had the worst fucking time of my life. But whatever. Anyway. And like I said, like Desmadre started September 2021. We dropped Cinnamon, and a lot of people picked up on it, which was crazy. And we just were like, all right, let's see where it goes from here. And then Halloween morning, my sister passed away, and we had a lot of shit lined up. And honestly, I was just like, no, I'm not doing this. Like, I don't want to do any of this. We're supposed to go to Chicago for our first show, and my mom was like, go. Your sister would want you to do it. And like we did Chicago, we did San Jose, LA. Like I said, like the day after fucking San Jose, that same night I drove down from San Jose to my sister's viewing.
Cheers to that.
Cheers. And I don't know, bro. Like, I don't want to say if it wasn't for my sister passing away, like I don't think we'd be this far, but it definitely left a mark and ignited a spark that I was like, yo, like, long story short, my sister left behind her 3-month-old son when she passed away, my nephew, and I just felt like I needed to leave something. Like I had to, like, this is like the safest and the most sane thing that I could do. And yeah, bro, like we've been a band for, what are we in December?
Yeah.
We've been a band for a year and like 2.5 months. And yeah, bro, the way that people are taking it in, and just like people are loving it, and like hearing people sing along to a song I wrote about my sister.
Memories.
You know, like hearing like people sing along and like having people come up to me, like that's the shit that keeps me, like shit like that, and like my kids knowing my lyrics. It's like shit like that keeps me just like.
That's a fucking beautiful song.
You know?
Yeah, the way that you wrote it, how you wrote it, like the lyrics in there, that shit, you could feel it. You could definitely feel it.
Honestly, bro, like, you know, like, I didn't try to do any fancy shit with memories. Like, I literally opened my phone and wrote what I felt. I know there's so much I could have done. Because I'm not going to lie, dude. I wasn't Mr. Family Man that was always there. You know, like, with my family, like, I was always... Any place away from home was better for me, you know? Like, you know, all my older brothers and sisters, like, they're doing their thing, you know? Like, my little sister's doing her thing, and, like, I just did my... Like, we all did our thing, you know? And, yeah, like, seeing that reaction from that song, like, got me very, like, fuck. Like, okay. Everything's gonna be okay, like... You know what I mean? Like, so...
You turned that pain you were feeling to more... a positive drive for you.
Yeah.
You used it, and you went.
Yeah,
you went
fuck
with
yeah,
it.
fuck yeah. I used it. I used all. To this day, I use it. You know, like.
Yeah.
And every time I'm up there, like I hate it, so I drink a little, you know, party and shit. But I hate being up there. But like once like fools and like all kinds of people are up there singing along, losing their shit, I'm like, okay, like my sister's looking down at me right now, and she was my biggest fan, bro. Like, you know, since we were kids. You know what I mean? So it's just like, I look at my band and all I think is my sister.
That's beautiful, bro.
My sister and my fucking kids, you know? Like, that's all I think about.
That's right. You have a very fucking good spirit about the way you're going with things now. You know, like we were saying earlier, like, we all could have gotten lost in a different route. We all were going different routes, you know? And at the end of the day, how you said, like, you're not that much of a family man, but you really are a family man. Because it's your family, it's your kids, it's your sister's memory, is why you push the way you push and the drive that you have now, you know? And that's fucking admirable, bro. And that's something that I really, really, like about you. And, like, when we started, like, when we met, like, fuck, it was just a fucking coincidence that you just happened to be
yeah, bro.
fucking David's brother.
Dude, when you posted that picture of my brother, I was like, what? How the I was like, you know my fucking... Like, how do you know my older brother? And that's why, like, I'm taking, like, this whole, like... excuse me. This whole, like, full circle thing in life. Like... excuse me. I'm just taking it for what it is, brother. Like... What are the chances that I come into this house and the dude that I grew up doing music with was in a band with your homie?
Yeah, right?
You know?
Yeah.
And just... in general, you know, my like older brother, you know, like
it's a trip.
It's a trip, and the way that life just comes full circle, it's crazy. But yeah, bro, like when it comes to Desmadre, bro, like I owe them everything.
That's right.
I owe Chucky a lot, like, bro, like, cause the first time when I was down and just out, where I felt like, okay, there's no need for me here. Like, he just kept sending me songs, and I just kept writing to them, and I just whatever I felt, I let out.
The lyrics part of Desmadre, is that you? Those are most of your lyrics. How
all my lyrics.
Yeah, all of them. Oh fuck
No.
yeah! So all the songs are your lyrics.
Yeah, bro.
That's dope. Fuck yeah, that's dope.
Yeah,
so you guys go back and forth with that. So he controls like the whole.
He controls like
the music aspect of making it, like the riffs and all that.
And like I, to be honest, I just write shit, and like he'll be like, okay, use that part, like that's gonna be this. Like he's like the structure, and like, dude, Chucky does a lot for this fucking band. Like honestly, like I say it all the time, and I can't say it enough. It's just like, the guy's a fucking genius. I remember the first time I met him and he showed me his beats, and I was like, bro, you're literally like the next Dre. Like, there's no way you're making these fire ass beats and still making this fire ass music. Like, how is that? And like, to see him always just put that out there, it's just like,
it's different.
You know, like it makes me like want to just let's do this together. Like, let's do this.
That's right. Yeah, you guys vibe off very perfectly.
Yeah, bro,
you know,
like
it's a give and take. It's perfect.
Like,
perfect balance for
like,
it.
I love that dude, bro. Like, that's my brother for life. Like 121%. Like, and I'm very grateful that like imagine the time when he hit me up. He was like, hey, let's kick it. Let's get a beer. And I was like, nah, fuck this fool. I don't know you, homie. You know?
Yeah.
Imagine that shit, bro. Just like, nah, fuck you, homie. Like, I don't know you. And that was during the time where I was like that, where everyone was the fucking enemy. I didn't care about you. And I read this message, and this was on fucking like Facebook, and I was like, all right, yeah, okay, I'll kick it. Let's kick it. You know, let's kick it. Cool. And we're like low key, like technically the same person. You know.
That's sick. Chucky's good at people. Chucky, shout out Chucky for listening.
Yeah, brother.
Good at people
Love
for sure.
You, bitch.
That's why. That's fucking wild. How would you practice screaming for this, mother? How like, where did that come? Cause you like, I mean, like, there's like in the hardcore scene now, which I feel started getting more active now. There's a lot of people that sing and scream, but how did you get to that? Like,
I never practiced.
You just
honestly, every time I do this shit, bro, like,
just not normal. It's natural. It's natural, huh? That's fucking natural. Wild, bro. Cause it fits in crazy, like, and not to be fangirling, obviously, but like I do hear a lot of bands nowadays, and especially now in that hardcore scene that's starting to pop out way more. At least I feel. I just never maybe paid attention to it enough, but I just feel like I see it way more out there now. When you guys started coming out, when I started hearing you guys' music, it's like, oh fuck, like, this sounds fucking clean. From the vocals to the guitar parts to the breaks to everything, it was just like, it was like a nice little different change that I think this alley scene really needed. You know what I mean? Because it's just like a lot of like not to disrespect punk bands or anybody out there, but a lot of these bands do end up sounding the same. You know, they end up repeating off each other a lot.
No, I feel that. I just always felt like the thing that I loved about working with Chucky is that like he never wanted to be like there could be an era of a certain sound, and he would never touch that when he would write music. So whenever we would play, it'd be like a complete like, yo, what the fuck is this? You know what I mean? And I feel like that's what happened with Desmadre. And like but low key, like the whole pandemic, like, you know, like that did spark a lot for like LA and just punk metal more in bands, general. You know, like it sparked a lot, and like that low, like that shit sucked, but low key, like, you gotta be thankful for that, because if that little break, that little reset in time, like, it did a lot.
It did
a lot for a lot of people.
For a lot of people. A lot of people that took advantage of that
like,
time.
Dude, like, when fucking Dead City did that show in Frog, like, bro, like, every other fucking state wished they could do what the fuck they did.
That's true. And
that's on some real ass shit. When Dead City did that shit that they fucking did, every state now, or everybody else, not to talk shit, but you can't top California, homie. I'm sorry.
That's true.
You cannot top California. What the fuck?
And you've toured to different states.
And I've had fools in other states see what the Punk Rock Fight Club, what we do, a show with a fight going on in the back, and they're just like, yo, I wish we could do that out here, and you're just kind of like, you could, but I mean, just,
still wouldn't be the same.
Yeah, as but California, like,
that's where it's at.
We're different. California's different. I'm sorry.
That's why it's so damn expensive here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you ain't wrong about that. Bro. But yeah.
Now that we brought up fighting too, you were fighting everything. You were training before when you were smaller.
When I was younger,
when I talked to your brother, when you had your fight, your brother was like telling me that you were like training before.
Yeah, dude. Because I remember like when I was in high school, like I think it was like my junior year, I tried wrestling. I didn't like it, and then I went to like this Muay Thai gym in Pomona. And I tried that out for like a couple months. It was cool, but like being a kid trying to like keep up with a hobby that expensive is kind of hard when you're not working. And like like at that time too, like my pops was in El Salvador, so my mom was dealing with that, and like dealing with my older siblings and shit like that, like. So like I it's understandable and shit, but thankfully I don't know what happened to my brother. My brother David used to be excuse me, fuck. My brother David used to be heavy, bro. He was a big motherfucker.
Yeah, I remember he used to tell me he was a big motherfucker. I met him when he was slimmer.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I met him when he
I remember he showed up and he was like, "Hey, I'll pay for you. Come down." He bought me gloves and everything, and I've always just liked the martial art, like the whole fighting, like whether I'm good at it or not. It's just like I'd rather be there than be out there fucking just
in the streets,
like
scraps.
Dude, I remember me and my brother, we would go down to the gym all the time, and like it's crazy because I'm a striker, my brother's a grappler, and like
he does jiu-jitsu, no?
Yeah, dude, that fool's jiu-jitsu is crazy, and I'm just like, you're a fucking nut, bro, like. And I always trip out because I'm like, he used to be big, bro, like not fucking huge, but he was heavier, and and then he lost all that weight, thanks to martial arts. Like I remember the day he came into my room and like he was like fucking around and like beating my ass with the gloves, and he was like, here, like he gave me my own gloves, and he's like, come, like we're gonna go here, and it was like this little hole in the wall gym in fucking Pomona, but like it was our like safe space. Yeah, like it felt good, like being like, yeah, I'll go fucking train, like yeah.
That dude was happy to see you, like when he saw that posted that you were gonna fight, he was like, oh hell yeah.
Yeah, bro.
He's been scrapping.
And he showed up, like, dude, I remember I had this like backyard fight in Pomona. It was this random ass cat, and like it was just a fucking backyard brawl. And my brother was there, like, fucking coaching me and shit. Like, my brother showed up. And I didn't expect my brother to show up because it was just, like, a bunch of homies. And, like, I just threw on gloves with some dude in the backyard, like, and we fucking scrapped and shit,
Dude, it's crazy because, like, I mean, like, when I I was working as a chef for 9 fucking years. I met a shitload of people throughout that time, but he's truly the only one that I kept in contact with after I left companies. And it was for that reason, because when I met him, I was just returning back to LA from living in San Fran and working over there. And like he would see like my issues, my baby mama drama, my own shit. He understood. And like he kind of took me under his wing. And like he was the only chef that I worked with. And now that you're saying how he was with you, like I get how he is now, because like, like when we worked together, like, dude, like a lot of the shit that I learned that, like professional fucking little wannabe chefs think they know, I learned it through him because he went to school for that shit. Like, so, like I remember he was a good mentor for me when I was like in that career field. And that's why, like, even when he started his wing business too, I was like, I want to go check it out. Bomb ass fucking way. Fool, you got to bring them back, dog. You're lagging on the wings, dog. You got to bring them back. That's just a bomb. That's just a bomb. Like, I'm having fucking wing stuff right now. It ain't the same, bro.
Yeah, no, tell her. Trust me.
That's just a bomb. But, like, yeah, like, it's a trip. It really is a trip to, like, out of nowhere now, I'm here with this younger brother.
That's why when you posted that picture, I was like, what the fuck? How do you know my brother?
Like,
I was like, what the fuck? Like,
it's such a small fucking world.
But, I mean, it's cool, though. Like,
no, it's crazy. Cool. It's crazy.
No.
That's fucking
I mean,
wild. All right, but yeah, dude, that's very interesting. It's a whole, literally, it really is a full circle. Like,
yeah, the
kind of
way
trips me out.
that's why like this whole like this Desmadre thing like trips me out because the homie Mark just started filling in for us, and he used to be in all kinds of like old school bands when I was a kid. Like coming up, he used to be in like a Blood Stand Still, Piece by Piece, Donnie Brooks. He was in all these bands, and he like I remember growing up and like seeing him, and then basically he had kind of like we kind of like got into it about how like, oh yeah, like fill in for fucking Desmadre, and he was like all about it. So yeah, man, that whole like full circle shit, like
It's a trip.
I'm going with it like full speed, like
How is it for you guys now? Like, I mean, Desmadre, you guys pretty much market yourselves. You guys run yourselves. You guys own yourselves, right? Like, what can you share of what are you guys' actual like plans for later? You guys are trying to like sign with labels. You guys, because like how we talked about it earlier, it's very tricky nowadays.
yeah,
For a lot of people that are signing up because they can't do interviews like this. They can't even like just talk about anything that's not approved or anything.
I mean, like, I get it. Like, I understand the whole, like, not being able to be like, oh, hey, don't announce that I'm doing this, or, like, don't put this out till this time. And shout out Law of Power real quick. Shout out the homies in Law of Power.
Law of Power.
Yes, sir. And, like, I mean, like all that shit to me is just, like, it's, like, it comes off kind of weird, but at the same time, it's, like, understandable. Like, cause
it has its own politics.
Yeah. That's its own politics and shit. But at the same time, it's just like, excuse me, coming into.
I want you guys later to tell us who had the best burp. All right.
Coming into like 2022, like we got like new music that we're trying to release. We're trying to do all kinds of like new shit. Like honestly, dog, like the way I see it and the way that me and Chucky see it, and I feel like it's working, is just we're trying to like be on some like Wu-Tang shit and just like brand this shit and make this shit a fucking enterprise.
That you guys run yourselves, not run by anybody. No.
I mean, if the opportunity comes, depends on all. Like I said, like depends who you do business with and shit. Like, all right, cool, but like at the end of the day, like when you see the name Desmadre, like we're trying to be on some like world takeover shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's kind of crazy to me when I see fools be like, "Oh, we need more Hispanics in hardcore and."
It is a weirdo scene, bro.
Like, I feel like they've all been weirdo scenes, but like I feel like a lot of people have slept on a lot of like the bands have had like look at fucking Corrupted Youth, look at fucking Zababa, More to Pride, fucking look at all those bands fucking rotting out, like
they've been pushing for years.
For years, and like nobody took it as like, oh, it's a raza thing, but like I mean, it's cool, whatever. Like if that's how you see us, like.
Yeah, because you guys are definitely bringing the Latino Hispanic essence with the music. That you guys are doing.
and like I get that, and like fuck yeah, I'm down. I'm always down to put down for my people. Like I might not be the most educated or most fucking, like the most fucking what's the word, militant ass fucking Mexican out there or whatever. Like I'm like, but like at the same time, it's like. A lot of the people that come to our shows, that listen to us, that have eyes on us, are our people.
Yeah.
So we're gonna keep doing it for them, and at the same time, it's not like this is strictly for my people. Like no, like I want everybody, because at the end of the day, when I spit what I spit, I'm not speaking on base. All right, how do I say this? I'm not speaking based on like. Your culture. It's just if you relate to it, if it hits close to home, and if you feel like, yo, that's me, or I feel that way, or I've been through that, then this is for you. Like the last show we had, that For the Children one, like there was a bunch of, all right, I'm gonna correct myself after this, but there's a bunch of girls or whatever they whatever the fuck they identify as. I'm sorry, but they were a bunch of girls up there singing along to us. And like that to me is just like your gender or whatever you are or whatever, like that's not what matters to me. What matters to me is what you feel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just like, cause I've seen all kinds of like races, raza, whatever the fuck, you know, you call yourself or you identify as. Like I seen a lot of that up there, you know, like, and it's just the way I've always put it is like, yo, if you feel how I like, if what I'm saying makes you feel some type of way, then perfect. This is for you. You know what I mean?
That's right.
You know, like, yeah, like of course, like don't get me wrong, like I love putting on for my people, like of course, I love that. I love representing my gente and all that shit. I love that, like, but like I'm not gonna sit here and be some like self-righteous ass like, oh, I'm fucking the number one fucking Hispanic, Latinx, Latino, whatever the fuck you want to call. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, I'm Mr. Self-Righteous. I'm fucking here to lead my people into the fucking great valley of whatever the no, like I'm here for whoever feels how I feel. And if you don't feel that way, then all right, maybe this ain't for you. Exactly. Go on to the next fucking band. You know, like it's okay, because no matter what, like somebody's always gonna feel what you say. You know, like, and like when I write my lyrics, it sounds kind of like fucked up, but like every time I write lyrics because it's how I feel. You know, like I'm not gonna go to a fucking therapist. What's a therapist gonna do? Tell me exactly what I know.
Yeah.
You know, like
and charge you for it.
Yeah, and charge me for it. You know, like this is my therapy, and I'm
letting it out.
You know what I mean?
And a good constructive way also, because it's like how you said, you know, like you are putting out your emotions, your feelings out there, and it just happens to be banger ass songs.
And the thing is too, it's just like I'm making myself vulnerable to people I have no idea about, you know? And I've been doing that since I've been writing music, like writing lyrics. That's what I'm doing. I'm making myself fucking vulnerable. And it's not that there's anything wrong with that. Mm-hmm. It's just that
there's need for you to different.
Yeah, bro. Like honestly, like when I wrote Cinnamon, I didn't expect for it to come out like that, for people to take it in how they took it. You know, like me and my ex lady, like we were at the park and we were just sitting there watching the kids play. We were stoned and like we were high, just fucking, we just fucking smoked a couple bowls as the kids are playing on the park, and we were just like I don't know how we got into the topic of like Adam and Eve and shit like that. And like I don't know how the fuck we got into that, but whatever. Yeah, and then we started talking about like, well, they're like Cinnamon, like that isn't that what happened to Adam or whatever? Like, I'm sorry, I don't fucking know. I'm no goddamn historian. Yeah. But like the whole thing when he was banned from wherever the fuck he was banned from, like his sin or their sin was to like, okay, you're the woman, you're gonna fucking provide and do what you have to do, like, and you're the man and you're gonna have to fucking provide and like fucking.
It was set for them from the beginning.
Yeah. And then when just hearing her say like Cinnamon, I was just like.
And you made it about work, right? What that
I
song?
made it about just being a human being, dude. Like suicidal thoughts running through my mind, but I'm still smiling, wiping these tears from my eyes. Like, bro, like. You know what I mean? And then being like, suffering to survive, stuck in this 9 to 5. Every day is a gamble, and the price is your life. Like, that's literally every human being on this fucking planet, dude. Like, if you're not born into some fucking trust fund, or you're not born rich, or your parents aren't well off, and like, dude, like I'm, like my parents came over here with literally like as children.
As little children.
As kids.
Oh, shit.
And their thing was like, okay, I have to do this and this and this in order to survive, in order to be, quote unquote, normal, an American. Only to find out later on in life that the people that started this for you don't want you here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I get you. But see, so your parents are first generation here.
well, my grandparents on both sides, I believe. Well, when it comes to my mom, I believe my grandma was here first, and then she came over later.
But see, that's actually
so technically that
secondish, yeah.
Second, right?
But you're going. Are you the only one from your actual family that pursued the musical side aspect of life? Because I mean, like, it is a gamble. It truly is a gamble. Like anything, I feel like anything that's outside of that norm of the 9 to 5, it's a fucking gamble. But it's a gamble that's paid off for a lot of motherfuckers and a lot of people.
You know something funny? I'm literally the only one in my family doing this shit.
Nice. You broke that fucking chain.
Bro, like, dude, don't get me wrong. Like, working to make money to pay for to survive and provide. Yeah, that's cool. But going out and playing music or just,
it's a different place every time, different vibe,
yeah,
different
just
energy.
like it's different. Like, bro, like I wish, like don't get me wrong. Like my pops, like he is very into like being on his laptop and just like low key, like just mixing music. Just he's always liked being the dude at the party that was off in the corner, being the DJ, you know? And I feel like I'm the same way. I'm fine with being
away from
away.
It. Yeah, you're not a very limelight type of guy. I never see you live. I meet other people from bands, and then they want the light on them all the time.
Yeah, bro. No.
And you're very like.
Yeah, bro.
Not in a bad way. You're just very to yourself.
Yeah.
You're not.
That's what I'm telling you. When they play, like what we're doing now with the new dude, like when we play, like I'm so happy that he plays, that's there for him to like, cause I ain't gotta say shit. I ain't gotta say nothing. Like, dude, like honestly, I love what I do with Desmadre. Like singing, making music, writing lyrics. I love that shit. I just hate being up there. Which brings it back to why I wear the nose.
It's a different.
Because when the nose comes on, it's
a mother.
La vida es un carnaval, homie. Like,
oh, Celia Cruz.
Ya llegó al circo, homie. You know, I'm right here. Like, let's fucking do this shit. You know, like, that's why I started with the same. Like, the first time we did Cinnamon, I was like, they put the nose on. Because
low-key, I think your nose game was too on point that even Fools Gone Wild got threaded.
I mean,
it was too on point, bro. It looks good. Honestly, I that's what I tripped out when I saw you guys' first video, Send the Man. I was like, what the fuck? That shit looks fucking crazy. And I didn't know you were like I didn't realize like you guys were gonna end up being that same circle, man. Because when I first heard you guys' band, I didn't know you. I didn't know Chucky. And then like, you know, it just like it just tripped me out. It just really did trip me out.
No, that tripped me out too, cause yeah, dude. Like, speaking of like the PRFC and Tom and shit, like that all came full circle too, cause it's like props to Chucky. That fool really wanted to change in his life, and he did.
He did, yeah.
And he did.
Yeah, I made him a little chunkier too.
Yeah, and then when he got in, he was just like, "Hey, fool, come down." And then like right away, Tom and everybody else welcomed me with open arms, you know. And I've been a big fan of martial arts, of all that, since I was a fucking kid, you know. So that being accepted into that was something that the universe put there for me, you know, like. So I took it in and like, dude, like, I love being there. Like when I go to the gym, I'm always like, I'm home, you know, like here I am, like I'm here, like I feel complete and shit, you know, like. And it's funny because when I started going to the gym, that's when I wrote Southside of Heaven.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And like I was just like in this mood where I was just like, you got some shit to say, I'm right here. You know, like anybody. And that's a fucking message going out to anybody.
How was fight camp for you, because that's a lot of discipline. Cause
oh man,
like a lot of people have that misunderstanding, that misconception, thinking that if you're a fighter from the streets, it's no problem. I can join anything. And no, it's not.
No,
it's not like that at all, right?
No, listen. I give nothing but props to everybody that puts aside everything to do what they do. Mo, number one, bro. Like that, like it's crazy.
Shout out Mo Murda.
Yeah, Mo Murda. Straight up, like, bro, like, fight camp is insane, bro. And I only did it, like to be honest, I only did it that one time. And honestly, like, I did it right after, like, a month or two after my sister passed away. I just needed something to just keep me busy, and you know, and like, I loved it. I loved every bit of. I loved every second of it. Like, I loved the way it made me feel. Like, I felt good. I felt great. But at the same time, like, it was just like fuck, bro. Like, this is. I mean, I'm down to do it again, but like, fuck, bro.
It's a commitment.
Yeah, bro. That's something that, like, that's a giant sacrifice, bro. And if that's why this next time around, like, I was supposed to fight with Tricks in January. Mm-hmm. I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, we're gonna train.
That guy's a fucking beast.
Yeah, hell yeah, bro. Like, that's another story we'll get to later on in life. Like, him and his brother. Like, that's another story to get into way later on. But then, I was like, yeah, we'll do it together. I told all of them, but then I ended up telling the brothers, like Mo and like Tom. I was like, hey, bro, like I was nervous to tell them. I was like, so like, fuck, like, I don't want these fools to be upset and shit. But like, I told them, I was like, hey, like, I'm not mentally prepared, like, bro, like, I'm not ready to go into this. And right away, Tom was like, bro, I respect that. I love that. Like, you're okay. I respect that. Mm-hmm. Like, those were the first words out of his mouth were like, perfect. I respect that.
That's right.
And that's just like, bro, like, if that was somebody that didn't give a shit about me,
they would have forced it.
They would have forced it and be like, no, you need to do this. No, you need, you know. But the moment I was like, yo, I'm mentally, like, I'm like, because right now, bro, I'm not. I just started this new job. Holidays, you know, like,
yeah.
It's been a year since my sister passed away, bro. Like, I'm like, right now, like, bro, like, I just want to.
You want to do you?
I want to do me. I want to focus on my band, my kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those two things.
Yeah.
My band and my kids. That's it. Those two things are my main focus and my main concern. Always. Today I fucking die. But when I told him that, and he was like, yo, that's cool. I respect that. Like, right then and there, I knew, like, you're a real motherfucker, bro.
So because shit.
Yeah, dude, that's like, because imagine going to another gym and being like, hey, I know I'm supposed to fight in like 2 months, and you want me to be fucking top notch, but I can't do this. And you'd be like, no, you can. You can't. And then what?
And they'll make you feel like shit about it.
And then only to set, like, your sister wants you to do this.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
you know, like, no, you have to do, like, you know?
Yeah.
Only to, like, basically fuck up, you know, not be prepared.
And not perform how you want to perform.
Exactly.
That's good, though, man. Yeah, I mean, like, I've seen you train. I've seen you fight. Like, yeah, like, you're a good motherfucker. And it's different. That's what I'm saying. Like, me, I just fight in the streets. Even for me, doing this whole regimen, because it's a commitment, it's a discipline.
Yeah, bro.
It's different.
It is.
Like, in the streets, like, a lot of, it's funny. I don't know if you had this for you, but, like, fools that I knew were, like, you know, like, oh, no, there ain't nothing different. The streets, like, no, my boy, like, getting down the street, getting down for a quick scrap in the parking lot, like.
Knocking some fool out one quick, boom!
Yeah, that's just that.
Yeah.
But, like, fighting and training your body to actually know how to fight properly. Because, like, dude, like, I've gotten so many scraps, but now that I train with Mo Murda, this motherfucker's straight
humbles you.
I got no.
You know who the fuck else? All right, I'm gonna name everybody that has humbled me at that fucking gym. Isaac, Darren.
2 youngsters, by the way.
Exactly.
2 youngsters.
Exactly.
Good motherfucking
Exactly.
youngsters.
Shout out, but fucking killers. Fucking killers.
Randy's.
I honestly, like,
got bad for legs.
Yeah, bro. I feel like a fucking idiot because last time we were training and like Randy hadn't been working for a while, you know. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna spar with this fool. Like, he's healed. He's ready to go. And I thought that motherfucker tore me apart like I was a fucking Lego piece.
Yeah, that fool took a good time out, came back. What was the time out, bro?
Randy, fucking Tom, always, of course, Tom, of course, Mo, fucking Big Sauce the Boss, you know what I mean?
Big Salchicha.
Yeah. And then recently, too, fucking Eric.
Oh, Eric's getting good.
Eric, yeah. So, I'm appreciative of all the people, there. Like, dude, that's why, I can't let go of that. It's just like, no, bro.
That's your shit.
Yeah, brother. I love that shit.
It's good because it's a good way to de-stress. It's a good way to... it's a good way to hang out with other like-minded people.
Yeah.
And you just get your ass humbled.
Yeah, bro.
And that's what matters. I think that's what
I think that's the best. That's the best part.
Thing. A lot of people, and not just in fighting in general, just in life, you really gotta humble yourself. This goes back to the topic that we started with the children. If you don't humble yourself, if you think you know it all and you got it all, you
ain't got shit, homie.
Got shit, my boy.
Yeah.
Because anyone that says they know and got it, you don't. You really don't.
And that falls back in line with I've always felt
even musicians, bro.
like being a musician and being into martial arts and putting myself through that. I've always just felt this is a self-love thing, and if I don't love myself, I can't give myself to people,
yeah.
like I want to. I can, you can be a female and I could love you. You'd be the best. You'd be chill as fuck. But if I'm not feeling myself, I'm sorry.
Is it hard to date because you're in a band now? Because you're in a good band, big band.
No.
Is it harder? Is it different?
I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. It's harder for me to date because I lost my sister.
Okay.
A lot of the shit that my sister took my heart with her, bro.
Mm-hmm.
The first 4 years of my life, I didn't know anything, bro. I was just a fucking kid. Rainbows and TV and just being fucking 4 years old in the 90s. And then my sister was born. And I had some sort of purpose because I was a big brother. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then I had to bury my sister. I had to literally wait for the corners to come for my sister. So I saw my sister, you know what I mean? So when it comes to dating, dude, I'm probably about to say some shit that not everybody's gonna hear, but if you hear it, you're fucking lucky enough. Dude, there have been a couple people, people that have tried to,
mm-hmm.
they want me to, be, and I've told them, yo, I'm sad. I'm not 100% right now. So I can't give you that. So whatever you want, I'm not saying I'm not physically attracted to you, but I cannot be emotionally attached to you. That's the thing. I can't emotionally attach myself to. It doesn't matter who it is. That's not a thing. It's not a concern. My concern is my band and my kids.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm trying to. I'm dude, I've got 30 fucking 2 years of trauma that I'm trying to heal from,
mm-hmm.
compared to what's happened in the last year. You know what I mean? So I might sound like an asshole, but
No.
I'm trying to be hey, yo, I'm not good. Yeah, you want to go have a beer? Let's go have a beer.
Mm-hmm.
Want
to kick it?
Let's kick it. I enjoy our time together. You're here, you're
mm-hmm.
We're partying, whatever, it's cool. If it goes to the next level, I'm sorry, but I gotta let you know that, hey,
I got other shit in
my head. I'm not the one. I'm sorry, I'm not the one. You know what I mean?
That's cool, brother. You can get like that because
listen to that motherfucker. Trust me, 121 fucking %. Listen to that motherfucker. Trust me.
And there's very few fools out there. There's very few fools out there that can tell a chick hey, look, let's just wait.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, that's why fools are toxic. They'll keep a chick around thinking they'll keep faking all these promises and all this shit, but they're not right. Same thing as women. They're the same. There's girls that are like that in the same way.
But see, my thing is with that shit too is we can be friends. Like like if you have if you feel a certain type of way, that's cool, but just know that it's not gonna go past that. Like, you're not gonna get me to like fall in love and like, oh my goodness, honeymoon stage and all that bullshit.
Cause your mind shifted.
Yeah, cause my mind's like, I'm gonna tell you straight up, like, hey yo, thank you for being here. Like, you're fun to be like, you're fun to be around. Yeah, you know, like, we don't have to get physical or emotional. Like, we can be friends. You know, like that's cool. Like, if you personally decide like, hey, I wanna maybe take it to the physical level,
then we're down.
Cool. All right. Cool. But
don't catch feelings.
Yeah. Just know that after that, like, I'm sorry, but
I'm sorry. Yeah. It's
like
hey,
we're just
the best salchicha you've gotten.
Yeah.
But you gotta chill.
We're just having a good like. I don't know, dog. Like, cause the thing that sucks is like, my sister passed away. Like, I hate hearing anything. Like, I just want to be
alone.
Like, just leave me the fuck alone.
Quiet.
Like, I don't want to hear like, oh, you're doing this or you did that or you said this, and I'm just like, no, bro. Like, just let me go play my shows, be a dad, go to work, and when I'm at the shows, let me be with my people. Like, that's all. I'm not asking for much. I'm just asking you to leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah, exactly. Nah, that's right. It's the truth. It's the truth.
I'm not asking for much. I'm just like, hey, like.
And at least you're honest about it, bro.
I am.
At least you're being straight up and be like, I don't want.
And I can honestly count that I've told a couple people that, like, yo, like. No, I'm sorry, like.
No more person.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I've told a couple people like, hey, like, you're cool, like, we can kick it, but as far as like
seriousness,
I'm sorry, cause no, the way my mind and my heart are set up right now, like, childless. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, in a way, like, in a way, it's good. In a way, it sucks how it had to have happened to bring that emotion. Obviously, you know, like, I have two sisters myself. I cannot picture that pain.
Yeah, bro,
like,
and I don't want anyone ever to fucking feel that. I cannot
picture that pain, and it's just really fucking dope that you were able to shake at least a little bit out of it and put it into yourself and your kids.
Yeah, bro, and like, that's the way I see it, bro. It's just like, I'm like, yo, my sister left behind her son who's 3 months old, and like, my nephew doesn't get to know who you know, and it's just like, so that makes me I just like, no, like, I want to be there for my kids. Like, I want to, like, when you hit me up and I was like, I thought you never asked, is because like in a couple years my kids are gonna find this, and then hear me talk about them, you know, like, you know what I mean, like,
it's a loud train, huh?
You know, I mean, like, being in a band, like, I don't care. Like, honestly, like,
I'm glad you stuck to it, though, bro. Yeah. Honestly, because how you said it, like, it really helps.
Yeah,
to have an outlet.
But see, here's a thing that I want to say.
Band doesn't make you, though.
Yeah, here's a thing I want to say, though. Even if your band is playing a backyard, a fucking dive bar, the biggest fucking show of your life, like, just the fact, or even if you're jamming out in your garage, like, as humans, we need that. Like, that's okay. Even if it's you going to the gym, whether you're trying to fight, get in shape, or just let some anger out, that's okay, bro. Like, no one's saying that because you're in that you have to be the next fucking superstar. It's you gotta realize, like, there's these certain vibrations out there in Earth that make you feel better, whether it's fucking for a couple hours, a whole day, whatever the fuck. You know, like, even going for a walk in your own fucking neighborhood can feel fucking good.
Yeah, it does.
You know what I mean?
Just carry something, because people are crazy.
Yes. Carry a gun.
Yeah, you're right.
Carry a gun.
You're really right on that. And, you know, I heard this shit not that long ago. Like, it's not bad for us humans to get into our emotions, because feeling is good. Feeling your emotions and crying and knowing that we're human, that we have emotions, that's good.
I hate that shit so much.
It sucks, but it's so healing afterwards.
It is, bro.
Because the people that I see suffer the most are the ones that keep trying to hide that fucking shit that bugs them. And you know, and for me, doing this thing right here, like, it's nerve wracking because you know, like I put myself in that vulnerable, open level.
Bro, we started this off talking about like being dads.
Yeah,
bro. Like a lot of shit that people don't talk about.
A lot of people
because they rather fucking avoid it because it's
too much truth.
It's not the norm. It's not like it's not what they want to hear. Like,
exactly.
You know, but.
And that's the thing. Like, see, for me, that's why when I started this, my goal, my goal was that, like, I don't give a fuck if people want to listen or not. Like if one fool listens to this and listens to the earlier subject or any subject that we've been talking about, and they can just look at themselves later and be like, yeah, you know, like, be like, hey, like, I can probably make a little change in my system.
Yeah. Imagine one dude that's a dad. Excuse me. Dealing with fucking baby mama drama.
Yeah, exactly.
And hearing us talk about what we're talking about and being like, I'm going to try that.
Yeah.
And then, you know, like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if this is fucking 30 fucking years from now and some fucking random ass kid in some other fucking universe is like, what the fuck is this? Decides to listen to it, you know? Like,
at the end of the day,
it's out there. Like, we're putting ourselves out there for a reason.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We really are. and it's a very vulnerable spot, but
yeah, with you putting all this together, promoting yourself, me as Desmadre
fucking guy.
Desmadre as a fucking band, whatever, like us putting ourselves out there, like, dude,
we're trying to break that chain.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
To do something
like
different.
I'm pretty sure if our parents or whatever had this back then, instead of the mentality of you need to fucking work, your job is the most important thing in your life. When you die, your job isn't fucking important. Like, dude, like when I work now and I see fools losing their shit over their jobs, I'm like, bro, nobody's gonna go to your funeral and be like, this guy picked 32 lines in one day. He shipped 40 orders in one day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true. You die, you get replaced.
Yeah, like shit like that. You know what I mean? Exactly. That's why I'm just like,
fuck. Right, let's take one last break. Let's take one quick last one. Yeah, it's 2 hours. And then we'll come back.
No way, that's 2 hours.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Can we play Crazy Taxi after this?
Yeah.
You have Crazy Taxi?
Yeah, bitch, you can have Crazy Taxi.
Oh yeah.
Shit. That's a good game. I like playing in the arcade. Yeah, we are back. Well, you didn't say we were back.
Oh, we're back.
We're back. We are back. Well, we were talking about games, and these guys apparently know a lot about Spawn. So now I have to look up Spawn. What were some of your favorite games that you used to play?
When I was a kid?
Yeah. Or even now?
Dude, honestly, I have not played like video games in how old is my daughter? In like almost 7 years.
Oh shit.
Yeah, dude. I don't know why. Like when I left my kid's mom's house, I left the Xbox with them. Mm-hmm. I left everything. I was like, hey, whatever. You know, it's for you guys.
Yeah.
So I haven't really played shit, but
it's annoying to play games now though too.
Kinda.
They're too good.
But I like my shit was always like Gears of War, Call of Duty, like shit like that. Like that's like I used to play that shit with we used to play that shit like all Left 4 Dead. Like when all that came out,
Left 4 Dead was good.
Like when the first UFC came out, like shit like that. Like oh man, like it always be in the fucking house. It used to be me, my older brother, and my nephew, and like a couple homies. We just get fucking stoned and play that fucking forever. But like I haven't really played much.
Did you ever play Time Splitter?
That's N64, huh?
No.
That's PlayStation.
They had it for PlayStation and Xbox, I believe.
Yeah, Time Splitter.
PS2, right? That was a good game.
You know what I'm thinking of? Siphon Filter. That's the.
It looks like the same cover.
Yeah, that's on PlayStation, dude. Oh man, shit. That was fun, dude.
Games were way better back then, I feel. Now you gotta pay to play, bro. Like
that's just crazy, bro. Like, not getting the like physical.
Yeah.
Not getting the physical is fucking crazy to me. Like having to download that shit into your console, that shit's fucking crazy. Now that you're talking about, you're like, what games I play? I'm just like,
Look, video gaming was fun during our time too.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking Tony Hawk and shit.
Tony
like
Hawk.
that.
Games like that.
Super Mario
cool,
64. You know, like shit like that, bro. And then we had all that Street Fighter shit, all the Mortal Kombat shit. Like,
that's true.
We had shit like Mega Man. Because you gotta remember, you had Game Boy, fucking Game Boy Cut, like all this shit, fucking Pokemon.
Now, yeah.
Now?
Now, yeah.
Now, fuck yeah. God
Fuck.
damn, bro. That's crazy. Dude, remember when Pokemon Snap came out? Oh my god, bro. And then when they came out with the Nintendo 64, the Pikachu Nintendo 64?
Jeez. Did you ever collect cards when you were younger, Los?
No, I mean, it's funny that you say that, but David, that fool did.
Yeah.
I used, like, that's low-key how I fell in love with, like, the older comics and shit, like, that art form, like, the older, like, 90s like, 80s, 90s X-Men shit, like, because, remember, like, every time a movie came out, like, they would have cars, like, the Terminator ones. They had those fucking crazy ass X-Men ones. Like, my brother had like all of those. Like,
that's crazy.
I always remember. Like,
who would have thought that would have been like crazy money right now? Anything like that,
bro.
Like crazy.
But cheers the fuck out my padrino. That fool. He lived like in this. His office was this little apartment, and he had a staircase that was probably like. That was pretty high, but imagine the wall of the staircase. Top to bottom filled with fucking comics.
Shit.
And this, like, yeah.
And all shit, I bet.
Oh, shit, bro. And then, like, he, like, passed away, and I don't know what the fuck happened to all that shit.
That's a fucking trip.
Yeah, bro. This fool had staircases, like, like, I always trip out on that shit, bro. That's why, like, trying to get my kids, like the other day I tried to show my son comics, and he didn't care, and I was like, all right. I'll put these back away, you know? So.
Yeah, sometimes those foods they're not appreciated.
Yeah, they're not ready.
Fucking crazy. Well, man, honestly, thank you for being here today. It's been a fucking beautiful time.
Of course,
nice.
brother.
It's been great.
I love this.
What are your future things going on? How is Los gonna be cracking lacking on these nice coming times? What are you gonna be up to now?
We got 2 songs written right now that we're working on. Obviously, I don't know when you're releasing this, but December 9th, we're releasing the video we did with Lionheart. And then we have another one that we just decided to throw out there. The one that we did with Tom and Mo. We just decided to throw that out there for Side Side of Heaven. And, yeah, just, honestly, like, I think what we've been talking about for next year is just basically hitting other states.
Other states.
Yeah, because there's like all kinds of like fools that are like hitting us up, and
you want to take the Desmadre,
you know, like yeah, like we the West Coast, we already we did our thing, you know, so like we spent a whole year causing Desmadre out here, and now it's time to
take it elsewhere.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's right. Well, we're going to end this show on this note. Thank you very much for coming on.
No, brother.
Thank
you
very
for
much
having
for coming
me.
on.
Like, this has
been a really great time.
Yes,
it's been a really great time. And
yeah.
And I still feel we didn't even get to fucking cover more, you know? Like, I just, like, there's always just so much more to say.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
yeah. You know, and we'll definitely have to fucking redo this again.
We'll do this again. Fuck yeah.
And,
really.
and thank you for you know, sharing what you shared and everything. And I really hope anyone out there listening, like fans of yours, fans of the band, just really like understand like what a drive really means, you know, like what it is to drive and push, you know. So with that, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for joining in today. And we out. Thank you, Scumbag. Thank you, Los.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
Puro pinche desmadre, homie. You already know what the fuck it is.